Lisa Kay is back for the day, and I'm so excited about it. I've missed her beautiful face on here
Oh,
with us and her sharing her lived experience around the family side of addiction. Addiction is everything. It's, drinking, drugging, food, spending, shopping. It's everything. And we also have another guest as well, Jessica.
hello there. Hello, hello, hello.
She is a guest at the respite and she wanted to join us this morning. So she's not going to be on camera. She'll be sitting over here, but please chime in once we do our readings and stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica.
Hello there.
Lisa says hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Sure, anytime.
Let me turn my volume up so we can here. Okay, there we go. There we go. So yeah, growing up as a daughter of an alcoholic, and I call him an alcoholic because he calls himself that. It was not necessarily the best situation to grow up in, and I had a lot of anger. Right, Jessica?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Right.
I know you can relate to that.
Yes,
So today in this reading, well, first, let me just say, I want to thank everybody for being here this morning.
Sure.
And, showing up and willing to share your experience, strength, and hope, and, with the world. And to please, let me know you're out there. Darika, good morning. Good morning. Thank you. And please share your lived experience too from our reading. And I've labeled it today, Easy Does It. Because I know that there are times in my life growing up and currently where I have to step back and I really have to evaluate how I'm handling the situation at hand. And am I coming at it from a loving and compassionate perspective as setting boundaries for myself, or am I flying off the handle and slamming cabinet doors and saying words that I can't take back, right? So I'll go ahead and start with the reading today. So it comes out of our book, Courage to Change. So my recovery journey opened my eyes to something I had never thought about before. Shouting and slamming doors were not the best way to handle an already difficult situation. While there may be no harm in occasionally letting off steam with a raised voice, shouting can become a destructive habit. I'd never thought to ask myself if this was how I wanted to behave. Did this behavior get me what I wanted or encourage me to feel good about myself? When I took a good look, I realized that the answer to this question was no. Loud, angry words and actions demonstrated my frustration and pushed away all hope for peaceful solutions to my problems. The slogan that helps me back to a rational state of mind is Easy Does It. When I use this slogan to quiet myself on the inside, it is easier to quiet the outside as well. Just for today, I am seeking a saner approach to everything I encounter. The slogans can be valuable sources of sanity in chaotic situations. Today, if I am tempted to act out of anger or frustration, I will remember that Easy Does It. And here's our quote for the day. And also our challenge, because I'm going to challenge you guys to do this as well as challenge myself to do this. I will try to apply Easy Does It to every incident that might increase the tension and cause an explosion. I'm going to read that one more time because I just love that quote. I will try to apply Easy Does It to every incident that might increase the tension and cause an explosion. And that is from One Day at a Time. So there was a lot in there, a whole lot. I want to go back to where it said, I never thought to ask myself if this was how I wanted to behave. Did this behavior get me what I wanted or encourage me to feel good about myself? The answer is always no for me with that question. I always feel not good about myself once I have reacted, rather than, being reactive versus proactive. And when I react, I'm reacting and I am allowing those emotions to just take over and really just go haywire for me in my life, and that does include slamming doors. It does include kicking doors. It includes slamming windows down and cabinets. That's what it used to include. And sometimes today, even, I find myself where I become very activated or elevated. And I really have to step back and I have to ask myself, is this about me? Or is this about what the actions of others that I'm lacking the control, right? Because I can't control others, although sometimes I want to, and sometimes I want to be like, well, I'm God, I can do this, right? Well, no, then I just destroy everything. Then I ruin everything. And that's not how it works for me. So I really have to be aware and intentional with my words, my thoughts, and my actions, and make sure that I am not reacting to situations, but rather I'm being proactive in the situation and I'm seeing the situation from all angles. Growing up in an alcoholic family with my dad, and I grew up with, my mom throwing a 6-pack at my dad. Like, like that was normal. Like that's, that was normal for me. So reacting was always a normal thing. But as I've gotten older, and I find that I want more peace in my life, and I want to be a daughter, not someone controlling my dad. Like I want to be that sister where I can walk with them rather than do it for them, and rather than being the fixer. And I know that when I try to do all of that and I try to control that and bring that to the table, that's when I start getting angry and that's when I start reacting. So the slogan "Easy Does It" has been a huge help for me recently. And I say it daily, because I can feel sometimes when I feel like I'm not being heard, when I feel like I'm not being seen. That causes a lot of frustration for me. And I end up having to really step back and go, okay, easy does it. Like, let's look at the situation at hand. Let's look at the cost and let's look at the benefits. And what's more important here is my rage and me, lashing out, whether it be verbally or not. Is that a benefit here for me? And it's not, because not only does it affect the person that I'm lashing out at or the inanimate object that I'm lashing out at, it also affects me and my soul and my purpose and who I am, and that I don't want to be that way anymore. I don't want to continue to sit in that anger and that frustration. I want to move past that. I want to move forward, and I want to continue to grow spiritually in my recovery journey, right? So I can't control, I can't fix, and I can't change others around me. What I can do is I can look inside and continue to grow and change with my conception of a higher power, and continue to be a light in this world and continue to show through action, right? Through positive action rather than through verbal harm, right? So that's my experience with Easy Does It. And I do say it quite often. Lisa, why don't you take over? Tell me what your experience is, and then we'll get to Jessica.
Thank you. God, just for today, it's a great slogan in itself. And just for today, I love this topic. I love this slogan. Easy does it. So just for today, could we just do this just for today, or maybe just for the morning? It just reminds me of conflict resolution. We all have styles of conflict resolution, right? None of them are wrong. It's just that sometimes I don't know, want to solve conflict in the wrong way at the wrong time, because we get caught up into this explosion. And I love the reading where it talks about slamming cabinet doors. Um, and I was thinking back about every time I slammed a cabinet door, there was a unmet need. I wasn't being heard or seen or was seen in the wrong way that I didn't intend. Um, just felt invisible, maybe. That might be that, and so making those loud noises with the door, cabinet doors, slamming front doors, back doors, whatever, where the walls shake and the windows shake. And Christy and I were talking this morning that for that brief second or moment, it feels really good. Really good, but it really is an explosion. It is an explosion. Um, when I got up this morning, I wasn't thinking about having explosions today. I really wasn't. However, if I'm not very mindful about having peaceful solutions, as Christy read about, most likely I am going to have some explosions today. So, just for today, is that slogan in the room that reminds us that we can take something today and apply it to our life. And I think easy does it. It's right on cue, right on time for me, right on time for Christy. And everybody probably watching is going, man, I know, because I've got something today that I need to ease into, or easy does it as I get through it. Um, I do want to quiet my insides today. I really do. I read something on Facebook not too long ago. It was a beautiful woman sitting there, and it said, the sexiest woman is a quiet woman. It's also the most dangerous. It was the first thought that I had is, yeah, right. But quiet doesn't mean like you're just not saying anything. Quiet is spirit for me. What comes out of my mouth reflects my spirit, right? So if or my body, I'm slamming cabinets, I'm cussing and fussing, and, my spirit's on fire and it's exploding inside. So what can I do today and to ease that spirit? So easy does it is a great slogan. Is I don't know what you're doing out there today. The world's already spinning. We're just kind of double dutching in and out, aren't we? From our safe zone to our vulnerable zone, safe zone, vulnerable zone, all day long. We have no idea what's waiting on us, whether you're going to work, school, or you're at home. Like I'm working from home today, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be challenges, that I'm going to go easy does it, right? So we got technology. I'm just sitting at home working today. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be things, right? So I just challenge everybody today to, as you walk through your today, ease into your day. Walk in there having thoughts about having peaceful solutions. We've got to solve, I don't know how many puzzles today. Who knows? I'm glad we don't know.
Right.
I'd probably go back to bed. I'd probably say, oh, PTO day. Never mind. I can't do that many solutions today. But I know that my higher power doesn't allow me to see like that, just so that I can ease into my day, have the solutions or the things come to me, and use my skills in recovery to get through them, grow into them, right? Because in my walk today, I have a lot that I've recovered from, but my whole thought in 2023 is, what am I recovering to, right? What am I recovering to? And that's where my focus is. So I do want to use easy does it today as I walk through my day and all the challenges and solutions and bumps in the road. And I even want to handle this, even things that are exciting. We can be overly excited to the point where we really miss some things. So I want to ease into my day today and see things, be more present, and calm that spirit. So what comes out of me isn't an explosion.
Right.
I appreciate this subject because I think I might need this today.
And then Dorica says, easy does it sounds great, but I came from an abusive home. Dad was a drug addict and alcoholic. Instead, outbound reaction I took into me and self-harm manifested. How could easy does it work for self-harm and lashing out? Would you like to speak, Jessica?
I sure would. Well, my life began when I was 4.
Okay.
And I was sexually molested for 8 years. And right after that, I was going through my mother's drug habit. And I would hate to see her come home. I would hate it because I knew turmoil was coming behind it. And I had so much anger, so much anger. Then right after that, I watched my brother drown and pass away. Right after that, I got married. My God, I didn't have a chance to come up for air. That's why I suffer from anxiety. And but I can tell you this: today is a much better day for me. I have survived all of that. I don't look at myself as no one's victim. I forgive them all. I forgive them all, and that's for me. That is for me. So easy does it. Easy does it for me. And I feel my days are much more sunnier. That that dark cloud is, I wouldn't say it's gone, but it's mostly gone. And I mean, I'm a much better person today. I'm a much better person, and I read my Bible a lot. I pray a lot. I I mean, I'm just a much better person, and I don't have as much to say as you and Lisa, but from what I am saying is, easy does it. My days are much brighter, and thank God for PRN. Woo! PRN is great. These are some great people here. Christie is great. Meredith is great. Anna, Karen, Travis, all of them are great here. And I'm staying here now for 7 days. And this is just one of the best places I have ever known. And I'm glad to have people like that in my life that can help me along my journey. And I'm just grateful.
I love that. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing and
Thank you.
sharing your gratitude and
Yes.
how easy does it works for you and
Yes.
and being vulnerable too
Yes.
today
Yes.
and thank you for that, because your story is going to help someone out there,
Yes, I hope it does.
and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help.
Regardless of how someone's treated you, always forgive. That's not for them, it's for you.
And Dorica says thank you so much for sharing.
Sure,
Jessica.
any time, but always do that. That's not for the other person, that's for you.
Right, for
Yes.
sure. And I wanted to circle back around to Dorica, I I can relate to that a lot. With the self-harm and manifesting that and taking that inwardly as if it's my fault. Everything is happening because I'm alive or because I'm breathing or, because I walked down the steps wrong or I lifted my hand. I mean, anything at all. Right. And like, I would always be verbally beaten down about that. And so I would then turn it inward and take it out on myself. For me, it was drinking and that, because any self-harm, right. It's any type. And so I was looking to live fast and die young. that was my goal back in the day, right? Like, I did not accomplish that goal. Thank God, because I'm here, we have a purpose, and we're all here together. Hallelujah. But one of the things how I started to let that go and not manifest into self-harm is I started to love myself first.
There you have it.
I started to really dive in and look at myself and not what everyone externally thinks I should be or how I should act or how I should talk and walk and think and all this. I started to look within myself. And when I started to look within myself, I was able to see the good in me. I was also able to separate that that's their shit, right? Like that's their stuff. That's what they do, and that doesn't have anything to do with me. And so I was able to really lay it all out. And this was through therapy and through sponsorship and through step work and all kinds of different internal work on my internal temple for me to realize that I was not the problem in that instant, right? Like that someone else was seeing me a certain way and I was allowing that person's perception of me for me to believe that perception. And so I started to self-harm in many different ways. And then when the time came, I was able to blossom out of that and realize that it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with them. And I needed to take care of myself and look at myself. I even have like reminders on my finger that says self-love, because I need that every single day. Every day I need that. Dorica said, yeah, drinking was easiest and drugs next. Then I just tried to exit from this life till I found PRN and my higher power, and I was made for a purpose and loved that I didn't need mom and dad's love.
That's
I have
great, wonderful.
so much love for you, Dorica. So much love for you and your vulnerability and your honesty this morning, and just sharing your experience. You know, you are a light in this world, and I'm so grateful that your purpose was to stay here and walk among us. It's so important, and I'm so grateful, and I hope you come by PRN and I get to meet you and give you a hug. And she said, acceptance starts with me. And you're welcome. And it's so true. It does, right? It does. Easy does it equals acceptance, right? I love that. Oh, yay, plan on it. Yes, I'm planning on it. I'm here for you. But yeah, you're so right. Like, easy does it equals acceptance, right? When I am not accepting of a person, place, thing, or situation in my life, then I become enraged and I become frustrated because I can't fix the situation. And then I'm like a little baby on the floor bawling my eyes out because I'm a crier, because that's just what I do. Good morning, Kim. But yeah, so I don't know. Lisa, do you have anything else? I feel like I'm just talking away. Like,
Oh no, I'm loving it. I needed it this morning. I did. So yeah, I love everything you're saying. Yeah, it is one of those things where um, the whole message I keep hearing when we're talking, and I'm just sitting here listening and reading. Um, it's just being intentional today. Really being that's what this message is for me, is really thinking hard about those peaceful solutions, keeping quiet on the inside, right? So what comes out of me, is easy, is can be heard. There's nothing worse than to be loud and outlandish and not be heard, right? Because whatever we have inside of us is important to come out, but we do want to be heard. So just to walk in peace today, walk in peace, easiness. Um, Life's too hard to get out there and, you know, I'm not doing that today. So that's going to be my theme today is easy does it. And I'm going to ease into everything. I'm going to keep my spirit quiet, and I'm going to look for peaceful solutions. Doesn't mean that peace isn't, we always think is peace is not strength. When we say peaceful, we're like walking like a lamb. No, we can walk like a lion and roar, but in a way that we're heard, and it's easy on our spirit, and it's not done in anger and reaction. It is a response, an appropriate response today, not only to the people we're working with and interacting with, but to ourselves. Just easy does it on us today as well. So, but I appreciate you inviting me on this morning. There's a reason why I'm here, and I needed to hear it, not whatever fell out of my mouth. I hope that it was helpful for someone, but I needed to hear this morning because, I'm easing into a new leg of my career and a new things, and having to let go of things and grab hold of things. And I'm kind of a little confused right now. So I'm going to ease myself into my day, and I'm planning on it intentionally of having a very peaceful but productive day today. And I thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it. I've missed being on.
I know we've all missed you too. Like PRN, we've missed you. So please come back on anytime. Please be a guest with us. Definitely. And I'm so grateful that you came on, and I appreciate and admire your lived experience. And I just am grateful for you, and I'm grateful for PRN and allowing us to do Just for Today. And guys, just a heads up, I'm off on Wednesday, so I will not be doing Just for Today, but I will be back Friday. So Enderica says, anyone feeling alone, unseen, or unheard, we all offer our hearts and hands to ease you into love and light. Have strength. Oh, beautiful. Beautifully written. I cannot wait to meet you. Just beautifully written. But thank you, Lisa. Thank you, PRN, for giving us this amazing gift today and this opportunity. And thank you, Jessica, for coming on and being a guest as well. It's been a wonderful and beautiful Monday morning just for today. So I'm grateful for everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. And I love you all. Darika, I love that you love just for today. Thank you. And I love you all. And please share this on all your pages. So any pages that you have out there, please, please, please share. And she says, thank you, Jessica. Please come back. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I love you guys. Take your challenge, enjoy the day, and just easy does it. Easy does it. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Mwah.